It never gets old, at least not for me.
I'm just glad it worked on your end because I was trying to get the links and everything set up, so my computer's doing other things, so it started chopping it up real bad. Like I hope it's not feeding through the show like that, because holy crap!
No, but you know what? Whenever you share audio just like you did, it's happening to you now where you're delayed.
God damn it! All right, well, start talking your shit.
I guess I'll just start introducing. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's a nice, beautiful Tuesday evening. Joe, look at you already in the chat, you overzealous fucker. For those of you that are not live with us and you're going to listen to this later, we are on Spotify. Check us out. Make sure you're following us on there. Make sure you're following us on Facebook, liking pages, doing all that wonderful stuff, YouTube, whatever it is you kids do nowadays. Like it, subscribe it, suck it, luck it, fuck it. I don't know anymore. It's weird.
Wow.
But hope everybody's having a fantastic evening. Weezy, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Is my audio still fucked up?
It's a little wonky, but we'll thumb through it, I guess. Giggity. We are a little absent. Some friends tonight. Psycho is not on. Don't know what he's doing. Don't know. I don't think we invited. I don't know if he's watching. Hello out there in TV land. And Johnny is actually a little under the weather. Hope he's okay. But it is what it is. We'll see what's going on. But where's John? Yes, my dear. He's not feeling well tonight. Probably shoot him a message and see if he's cool. But I actually saw him earlier today, and he was feeling kind of funky. But TikToking, Joe, you TikToking? Are you TikToking us? I don't know what's going on. No. All right, cool. So, don't want to have dead air, right? Because then it makes for a really stupid show. So, before we get any further, we did get some new over here in the Shellhead world. Got some new blockies that came in. We will have these this weekend at the Florida Toy Show's Collector Fest, whichever one it is, going on at the fairgrounds this Saturday. It is Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, I know. It's hard to keep up anymore. But it is Saturday and Sunday, so we've got a bunch of new blockies. If you haven't seen them or you haven't been to a show, I know we show them when we do our podcast. But first one being Shattered Glass, Wheels Edition Prime. It is the CTO2. It's $15. We've got about 4 of them left. This kind of stuff sells quickly, guys. So if you want one, have me put it off to the side for you. Come get it at the show. We'll have it this Saturday. After that, can't help it. If it's gone, it's gone. And then, what's up?
Is my audio better? If not, I'll reload while you're going through.
You're good.
You're perfect.
Good. So, this has been long awaited. So everybody has been waiting for Jeff the Land Shark. I have had a billion people ask me for it. We finally got it in. Yes, the quantity is limited. I don't know how many more I'll be able to get, but I've got 6, and he is chunky and adorable. So, if you want one, he is $30. We will have him at the show. I've already got one person I have to put it aside for, and yeah, he's super cool. So if you want one, hit me up. Let me know.
We know Maria. We know you're John's mom. We're just he's under the weather. We know. We miss you. We love you.
We know who you are. We are well versed in the families of the Jet.
We know our biggest fan. Calm down, okay? We love Miss Maria.
So yeah, man, I don't really have any pickups this week, and this is a slim cast. I know we a couple things that have come out we were talking about and chatting back and forth. I definitely want to bring up in regards to pricing and just how crazy things are getting. But you got any pickups? Anything is handsy?
Yeah. New Badlands Predator from NECA.
Did you end up with 2?
No, I did not. Should I?
Did you? Oh, you commented on somebody that got 2.
Yeah, somebody ordered like directly from NECA, and they shipped them 2 Predators instead of 1 Predator and 1 Arcticlown. I was hoping that I assumed it was from Target because I was hoping that maybe I got 2 Predators, but no. So
So is that Predator Badlands? Is that the show?
No, that was the movie that came out where he's like, oh, you meant it was good. He's like the protagonist, so you follow him as a good guy and like the struggles that he goes through in his whole storyline. But it was fun. It's a good Predator comic book movie, but it's a horrible Predator movie.
I'll have to check it out. I get my hands around it. Yes, Joe. Jeff the Shark is $30, and yeah, we only have a few, man. And then Moo, what's going on?
Whoops! I just saw Boo's text message. Yes, we're starting at 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock for Shellhead, and Collector starts at 9. And honestly, it's just it's got to do with people's work schedules and whatnot. I mean, Friday's a little easier to swallow when you're up later, but during the week just absolutely destroys me. So yeah.
That's
what up, NK?
Hey, here he is, the NECA King in the house.
NECA, please. That's never gonna get old.
To some it might, not to me.
So, yeah, before we get into the whole, like, the mask thing, I was going to get into that for a minute, but...
mask thing?
How's everybody's 4th, man?
Yep. Huh?
Sorry, yeah. What? You guys heard of the Scooter Doo trans? What the hell is a Scooter Doo? Oh!
Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. Scooby.
She means the Scooby-Doo Transformer.
Yeah. Because Scooby's not a real word, so, it just, like...
Yeah.
Auto-fix.
I am not a fan. That thing looks like hot garbage. I don't know why they're doing it. In fact, we can go ahead and show a picture of it. I don't know, man.
You know better than I do, because obviously I don't mess with Transformers. But
the price point doesn't make sense either. And it's kind of funny because Johnny asked me about it today and what I thought about it.
I saw a picture. I'm assuming the picture I saw is what we're talking about. But does that Transformer come with, like, multiple faceplates for, like, the different characters?
It has the one. I don't know about there being more. Hang on.
Because I could have sworn I saw, like, yeah. It looks like Velma, Shaggy, Daphne, and Freddy in the bottom.
Right, I guess so, yeah. They all look like some kind of Transformer.
So, like, have they done multiple heads before with a Transformer like that?
No, not that I've ever seen. This is... we gotta acknowledge some people because they're chiming in. Gus, what's going on, man? We saw you. Joe, no, I did not get the printer. I got home and did dad stuff, started making dinner, so that was out of the question right off the rip. I don't know, man. I don't know that they've ever done something like this before that I've ever seen, but I do think that Scooby is supposed to be like the Scooby Snacks, but it looks like a ripoff. Like it looks like a ripoff of a cassette.
That's fair.
So, I don't know. It's a little wonky. I'm not a big fan. It's I don't know how it's being, like, received by anybody else, but yeah, I'm not. It's not vibing with me. But
I mean, Johnny's in the chat. Apparently, he says it's similar to the TMT crossover.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not wrong. It looks like the van, but I don't know. It does nothing for me. I'm not feeling it. It's so many different directions. I think it's just another way to do a mashup. I mean, what are we gonna have next? Like, they're gonna make the Thunder Tank. I mean, that would be cool. But what are they gonna make, the Thunder Tank? Like, are we gonna end up with, like?
It's like you were, like, trying to pick something that, like, would not be cool, and then you picked something that would be really cool.
In my head, I'm like, actually, that'd be awesome. I'd probably buy that. So
that'd be insane.
Yeah, and Johnny just said it's $57.99 on Hasbro's website. I don't see the appeal, especially. I mean, $57, man. Good God. And it's probably gonna be like when they did the G.I. Joe ones, where I think those are like 9 inches tall or something, maybe 10 inches tall.
It's like, for, like, a design standpoint, of all the characters that all the crossovers they've done, like the TMNT, whatever, like, the character that it turns into isn't like, they didn't make it, it's Michelangelo, or it's, Donatello. Like, it was its own character from the crossover they did in the comics or whatever, right? However it worked out. It's weird that for this, it's not a different character, but they're like, oh, here's different heads. So it could be like a Transformer version of Shaggy. Like, they should have just made it a different character to go along with your Scooby-Doo collection. You know what I mean? Like, That's kind of strange.
So what would you have like? I guess I'm not following you. What would you have rather it been?
Well, no. So, like I said, it's weird that the heads that you could put either a Shaggy head or Fred, like just a transformer who's their van with a character like the turtle van. It's not
Yeah,
the
yeah,
turtle
yeah.
van doesn't turn into Michelangelo. Like you could put
Right.
like, it's got its own character. It's their van, but he's got a special name. Like I feel like Scooby, they should have just had a different name, not like, oh, here you have a Velma transformer. Like it's weird.
I get you. So they could have just done a generic person or whatever out of the, or make whatever they want to out of the van, and then like you said, either have like minifigs or something to go along with it. Which yeah, that would have actually probably made more sense. We didn't even need a transforming Scooby. We could have just had little people all the way across the bottom. That's a good call. God, some wild stuff going on with cats with me today.
You're a cat man.
Evidently, I'm doing something wrong or very right because they're all about me. Woo, cat problems.
It'd be like
so, yeah, future Roscon. Johnny says future Roscon alert. He's probably right. If it ever hits the stores like the wagon did, huh?
I still wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not on my list. Like I have the wagon. I don't know where.
I was at a Ross the other day, and there was a crap load of turtle stuff, like crap load. But Meow or Moo in the chat, he was telling me that he was at a Ross and there was like a guy with one of the 2-packs, like on his phone looking it up and everything. I was telling him, like, bro, that guy's like a scalper looking to like make a quick flip, and they're not gonna find it with that shit. But people are trying. They're bless their hearts. They're trying.
There's way too many people scouring Ross and trying to pull these crazy deals. I mean, I'm watching NECA groups and forums every other day, man. Not to beat the NECA dead horse again, but they're selling all of their collections, and they're like, "How much is all this worth?" And when you tell them, they're just like, "Oh, that can't be right." That's what it's worth. That's what it's worth. So you got to be prepared to take the loss, or just don't sell it right now. Wait till NECA dies out, and the stuff becomes harder to come across.
Like one of my favorite things right now is I'm in a few of the like those Roscon groups. Like they have specific groups just for Roscon, and you see all these people who don't know dick about collectibles. They're just a bunch of self-called flippers when they go to Ross and they're trying to clear out all the collectible toys and then sell them for like 5 times what they paid, which winds up being like 3 times more than retail. It's like, no, you're a scalper. You're just trying to do it in a cheap way. But to watch them all, they're like, oh, I never knew this. Like, this has been out for 2 years. Like, if you're in a store there trying to rip people off, at least be knowledgeable what the hell you're trying to rip people off with. Like, know what you're doing. Like, you're just doing horrible at business.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how you can scalp trash. I don't know how that makes sense, but I don't know. People are.
That's what people used to do on eBay. Isn't that what eBay was originally? Just people scalping trash?
Yeah, I feel like eBay was where you got China knockoff stuff for a long time.
No, but remember when eBay was like when eBay first came out, though, it was like a yard sale on a fucking computer.
Yeah.
People were putting up all kinds of random shit, broken stuff, just to get rid of it.
It's like Craigslist for toys.
It was like Craigslist for everything.
I don't know. So, the real purpose for tonight's drama, and then I did want to talk about a movie you watched the other night, but I don't want to intermix the world.
What movie I watched the other night?
The one that you were like, pretty much, why did you make me watch this?
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that some other time.
Figure eventually we can get to that, but
I got 2 other movies I want you to watch though.
Okay.
One's called They Will Kill You.
Okay.
It's like an action horror movie.
Okay.
It's got the girl who plays Domino in Deadpool 2.
Okay.
I had a lot of fun with that one. It wasn't great, but it was a fun watch. Action-packed horror. And then the other one, I don't remember the name off the top of my head. I'll have to look that one up. God damn it.
And the other one, don't even know the name of, so don't worry about it.
Fuck, what the hell was it? I'm about to go through my history now.
Don't do that. Nobody wants to see their browser history.
No, it was something on HBO Max or HBO Plus, whatever the fuck it was. But yeah, definitely They Will Kill You. You definitely. Oh, the other one was called Dust Bunny.
Dust Bunny?
Dust Bunny. Yes, it's a weird one. At first, I was confused by it. I thought it was like, I'm like, this movie can't be serious about what it is. This can't be like real. And then like Sigourney Weaver popped up. I'm like, oh shit, Sigourney Weaver's in this. Maybe it is a real movie. And it was also a very weird, fun ride.
She's in a movie called Dust Bunny? That's fucking weird. Okay.
Yeah, Dust Bunny and They Will Kill You. You need to watch those.
All right, you gotta message. You gotta message me all those two because I won't realize it or like know what it is otherwise.
No problem.
So, Wave 2 of Mask came out, or pre-order or whatever you want to call it, and I'm sitting here like all excited, and I ordered the. Yeah, he's not wrong. So they announced the second wave of the Mask toys, and I was excited. I was super excited they were coming out. They're some of my favorite vehicles, like because the first run is the first run, but just like most toys, a lot of toys, you get to the series 2, it's like the first one's like that. Let's see what these do, and then you get to the second one, it's like okay, cool, people like those. Let's put out some cool ones, And
which is weird. Like you want to test the waters, but
right. But I think they put out the nostalgia and then they put out the cool ones to make people, in my opinion, go, oh man, I remember that one. And now maybe they go back and buy the first line if they didn't see it, the first wave. Because it's still available. And honestly, I'm waiting for that wave, even though I have it. I'm waiting for the black and gold series to, at some point, probably pull what happened with the Battletoads series and drop to some ridiculous clearance price for all of it. So I'm not running out for the black and gold. Now, what they didn't do for Series 2 is they didn't do a group rate. So there is no package to buy them all together. You have to buy them separately. Ah. It doesn't make any sense, man. So the motorcycle, there's a purple motorcycle and there's an orange Jeep, and they're small. They're real small.
There's a what Jeep?
Orange Jeep.
How do you spell that?
There's an orange Jeep.
Orange, the color like Michelangelo. Got it. My bad.
Yeah.
I didn't know what orange was.
That's what it was. So anyway, you dick. So they're small, man. Like they're in your palm of your hand. They're not a big vehicle. And they're, what was it? It's not even 50. They're $55 or $59. And I'm like, that toy is $45 complete. The real vintage one on eBay, loose. Now, boxed Mask is very expensive. Their boxes didn't hold up, but the toys themselves are not insane to find complete. They do have a lot of little pieces or whatever, but they're doing those two, and they're doing Jackhammer, which is a black Chevy Blazer, an old 80s two-door Blazer. And then they're doing, I always want to say it's called Hurricane. And it's a teal 57 Chevy. And they're not big toys. And it's $84.99. And what doesn't make sense is one of them's $84.99 and one of them's $74, I think, $99. So why is there a $10 difference for two vehicles that are the same damn size and neither one of them comes with anything extra? Why is the one more expensive? And the only thing I can think of is, oh, that one cost us more to make. Well, too bad. So the margin's not as good at that one, but you got to add $10 to it, to a toy that's the same size as another toy?
Sounds very Transformer-esque.
It really does. Let's see. Mask Season 2.
I don't think people like your Mask talk.
Mask Season 2 toy. Wave 2. Show some toys. Let's see. Oh, that's not it. That's crazy talk. Hold on. I guess I can go to Big Bad Toy Store. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Big Bad
probably a good spot.
Toy Store. That's like the first thing on the first page. We're confirming you're a human and not a robot. Well, I can't promise anything.
Just to look at the website, Jesus. Take the views you can get.
Let's see. Where are we at? Where do you share?
I don't know. You tell me. Where are we at? There you go.
So wave 2. So you see the 57 Chevy in the black truck? They're like the same size. Now from this picture, it's actually deceiving to show that the purple motorcycle is the same size as the car.
Well, yeah, because you see even the toy, like the figure's bigger than the other ones. So,
right.
Yeah.
That's a deceiving look. And the orange jet boat thing in the back is what shoots out of the. What happens is the Jeep opens up like scissor style, and giggity, and the boat launches out of it. In fact, those were the first 2 water vehicles, so you could play with the orange one for the good guys, and then play with the purple motorcycle for the bad guys, and it was like a submarine thing. So it's just crazy, man. I mean, they look really cool, but the price point just doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I'm telling you, I really think Loyal Subjects is going to price themselves out of the game. Look at this. I mean,
but what are they? Can you order them from the actual Loyal Subjects website?
They're. I don't think they're any different in price. In fact, I think right now they actually don't have them up for order. When I looked this morning, they just had like the placeholder.
Right.
They weren't available. It said release today, but I got the notification from Big Bad immediately, like, hey.
Well, the only reason I asked is because Big Bad's notorious for being more expensive, right? Like they attack. So they're usually at times $5 to $10 more expensive than other places.
I guess I'm looking at like this was $60. This motorcycle was $34. Why isn't the purple cycle $34? Or $40, $39.99, right?
Matt.
And then this car,
BigBadToyStore.com.
Yeah, the car is no bigger than this. Why is he $84?
Yeah, I could not tell you. I don't know this property enough to even try and wager a bullshit ass guess as to why.
I don't know, man. I don't get it. The price point just doesn't make sense. What the fuck are these? I'm glad you asked, Mr. Cow.
He said, what the fuck? Where are these?
Where are these? My bad. That's on the Big Bad Toy Store website.
Reading 101, goddamn.
Yeah, I read better when I was drinking.
Just like yesterday, the other day when I sent you that the picture that AI knows about our shows. It's like, it said that Shellhead sells a Mrs. Shellhead figure.
Evidently.
Shellhead figure. And you're like, oh, apparently we sell a Shellhead figure. I'm like, no, it says Miss Shellhead, like a specific lady Shellhead figure, not just any figure, a Miss.
It's kind of wild. I had no idea that we had those kind of properties. So pretty neat.
We got toys now. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Not just Johnny with action figures.
We got the Mrs. Shellhead line. Ms. Shellhead. So it's like a potato head, but it's a turtle girl. Yeah. Yeah, fuck it, that works.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with it. I'm down.
So, so I don't know, man. Like, Loyal Subjects is... So what do they got now? They're still doing Turtles. At least now. For now. They've got... Are they doing the Street Fighters? Or are they doing the Mortal Kombat figures, or was that McFarlane?
Mortal Kombat's McFarlane.
The ones you're buying, right? Okay. And then, who was doing those Street Fighter packs? Was that not Loyal Subjects?
Jada. Loyal Subjects has Mask. They've got, like, Strawberry Shortcake, My Pet Monster.
Turtles?
They had Turtles, but they lost it. That's why McFarlane...
Oh, I didn't know they lost the line.
Yeah, when they lost it, McFarlane took over with their comic book. Whatever, page puncher versions.
Oh, they were doing... that's right.
I feel like they have... I don't know if they have Gem or Nacelle has Gem. Somebody has Gem.
I was going to ask you if this was Gem or if this was Barbie. Now that I'm looking, it is Gem.
Okay.
And they got Popples.
Oh, yeah, they got Popples.
They're just investing a lot of money, man, in this.
But if you notice, it's a lot of money, you'd think, but at the same time, it's properties that I feel like probably don't fetch a lot of money to do. You know what I mean? It's not like they've got some huge license. They had Turtles, right? That would be a huge license. But besides that, they don't have any, like, massive licenses that you think would be really expensive to get rights to. I feel like they're like, oh, we're gonna take the nostalgia, but we're gonna find the cheapest ones we can get and run with those.
So what is this? 335. So I'm trying to do some quick math in my head. 275. Yeah, dude, it's almost $400 for the Gold Series 40th anniversary mask toys.
Goddamn.
Yeah. And I ordered I don't know why, and I don't know how to go back and cancel it, so I'm doomed anyway.
Well,
I was trying to go back and cancel the hologram editions, but I also think they're going to end up going for more. Like, it's something I can resell. I don't have to sit on them. Because the Machina, Machina Labs or whatever, Ramen Toys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Ramen Toys they call Machina Labs, and it's the mask, their versions of Mask, right?
Not crying, yeah.
Right, exactly. When he's not upset about the entire world. If you're watching, which I'm sure you're not, I'm not upset with your toys, man. You put out some cool shit. I just wish you'd stop bitching about it. So, hey, he puts out cool stuff, but goddamn, man, not everybody's going to like it. Shut up and move on. So, it's not popular, man, but it is what it is. So, he makes these really cool versions of the Thunderhawk, and he made them in like purple and like translucent and like all these different colors. Some of them you bought them for like $180, but they're selling for $400 and $500 because they were con exclusives. And it's literally the same damn mold in a different color.
And an easy color too.
Yeah, what?
And the easy, like, it's not like it was a repaint where you had to put like different paint. Like, he just did it, had it made in a translucent plastic. Because like you see that with some other companies right now. The Long Box Heroes. It's from Big Bad, I believe. But they've been doing like the Tick.
Okay.
Right? They've announced like 3 different Tick figures. None of them have come out yet. But San Diego Comic-Con, they have a translucent green version that will be out at Comic-Con. But it's because it's translucent green. There's no paint apps. There's no nothing. It's just translucent green. It's much faster to produce. So they're able to. They already had the tooling done. There's now print these in green and send them over for the con. So people are getting those, but they've been waiting on the figures that were originally announced from fucking 2 years ago that haven't shown up yet.
So that's kind of how I feel about Loyal Subjects with the molds for Mask, because we all saw it. They put out the first wave, right? And then they immediately put out the black and gold 40th anniversary.
Quick repaint.
They didn't have to make all those. They could have just made the 2 main ones, right? They could have made the Thunderhawk for the good guys, and they could have made the Switchblade or whatever, the helicopter fucking jet thing. Could have made that for the bad guys. One of each. That's it.
Yo. Silent Frequency in the house.
What up?
Do you know what that is, Tony?
Yeah, it sounds a reference to something we were talking about.
No.
What?
Similar name, I get. We one of our ideas had frequency in the name. That's true, but
close enough.
That's Joe's podcast he's starting about paranormal and all that stuff. So that's the official for that, and I will be most likely joining Joe on a bunch of that venture.
Nice, dude. Yeah, he sent me a thing to like it, follow it, whatever. So I'm doing that now. So.
Okay. Now he's confused, like commenting from his thing. Like now he's going back and forth. He's gonna start talking to himself.
So, but yeah, to your point, man, I feel like because the mold's already done, which I mean, it makes sense, right? Well, now it's like, what can we do with this mold, And it would have been better for them. I know they did it anyway. They did. They took the Thunderhawk again, and they took the little motorcycle. God, I forget what the fuck it's called. The Condor. And they made them translucent because that's like when they're transitioning, before the vehicle like changes. So they turn. All right,
so 26 of you.
It's not that kind of toy cast. Whoa. So like when it changes or transforms. Listen, I don't know what you want to hear, people. When it changes or transforms, I'm not assuming it's vehicle gender. It will
start typing.
It'll look like almost like blueprints, like it's the blueprints of the toy. And so they're making translucent toys of that in green and blue, which is cool, but they could have done that in the beginning. We didn't need the black 40th anniversary, like, I don't know. They're overdoing it, in my opinion.
You didn't need the what?
You know, there's nobody else to break the comedic silence. So if we keep going that route with the jokes, we're just going to get in a lot of trouble. Speaking of Reluctant Adult Podcast, did you see they are addressing the push for brown Toy Story characters? Apparently you didn't see that episode. So for those,
I've seen he's been doing a lot of things about Woody and his wife playing with his Woody.
Nope. For those of you that follow the Reluctant Adult, Paul showed the darker side of Toy Story, I guess. There is a push for a brown Toy Story line. They have Woody and Buzz, and it looks like Cleveland Brown is disguised as Buzz Lightyear.
Okay, that's probably why, because I remember I saw recently they had one of their shorts popped up where they were showing a black Bart Simpson, a bunch of T-shirts with black Bart Simpson. I remember those from the early '90s. Like every head shop or souvenir on the boardwalk shop that you go to had bad screen printed T-shirts, and there was always weird Simpsons ones, and half of them were always black. So that's where all that comes. Okay.
So I guess there's the whole point of these toys is there's a big push, I guess, that they're the speculation is that it will push Pixar or push companies to recreate the characters in a different light, which nobody cares. I just thought it was funny that they're showing these toys, and I'm like, who the hell made that? It just, because it's not what you're used to seeing. It doesn't matter. They could have come out originally and been black or whatever, or purple, whatever the hell they want to make them. But when you've had this character be this middle-aged white guy for what, 10 years, 15 years? How long has Toy Story been out? Longer?
97?
Was it late 90s?
90, yeah, it was 96.
Holy crap.
97, 98, yeah.
Okay. So let's call it 96. Good God, man. That's, what is it, 32 years?
Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like it's... Joe, look it up.
Yeah, Joe, come on. So...
I messed up my vocals, so I can't, leave the page. Go.
It's kind of weird that all of a sudden, that's a shocking thing. So all of a sudden see him or them completely different. It was a total shocker, but it was hilarious listening to them try to explain and justify why these toys might have come out. And I'm just like, this is not something you guys need to be addressing.
It was one of those, okay, I can understand people's argument for maybe possibly doing it, right? I can imagine what arguments would be made for doing that. But I've never... Oh, 1995 it came out. There you go. But I've never been one to attach a race to any of the characters in Toy Story. I understand why people might, especially Buzz Lightyear and Woody, because obviously the way they're created. But I've just never even considered there being a racial aspect to it. Oh, why don't they have this? Oh, there's too many. I was just never.
They're just toys,
right? But it's not when I remember I was young, and it was noticeable on TV shows like Friends that there was a lack of a certain type of presence, right? It's a very white show. But I never thought that about Toy Story because they're toys. I never thought of it in a racial side, if that makes sense.
Well, it's, you're talking about TV shows, man. It's no different than watching The Fresh Prince or watching Martin. That's just what the show was. They weren't catering to any other audience. It was just Family Matters. I watched the shit out of all those shows as a kid.
Martin, I can agree with. Fresh Prince, I never felt like it was catering towards a certain audience. It was kind of everybody. I felt like Fresh Prince broke those barriers. But Martin, I definitely...
they didn't cast anybody though.
But I think because Carlton, how he acted, it got away with not casting.
You're probably right. That's probably right.
I feel like that, it didn't, there's shows so if you took whole different time. If you took Martin and Living Single, that seemed like it was very much towards a certain demographic, whereas Fresh Prince never felt like it was towards a specific demographic. It was just a show.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point.
But then when you have Living Single, their response for white people was Friends. It was the exact same show. They just wanted a white version, so they made Friends, and it was Living Single was yeah.
Well, that was what the hell was that show where they're all in college? It was in 1992, and it was the same thing. It was
a different world.
Urban... Yeah. Actually, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I watch those shows because
No, I know. I'm just trying to. I just can't think of the names of all of them. But well, you're from South Florida, so All in the Family, Jefferson, Sanford said, "No, we're not even going down that route. We're going to leave all of those shows alone. We don't need that kind of drama. We're good. We're sticking to toys, damn it." Oh my god. So what were we talking about? Something mask, and then somehow we started. Oh yeah, so I was talking about the toys. Reluctant Adult was talking about when they brought. It's the pictures, man, that got me. They were just so bad. So it's like
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, it's absolutely horrific. But so I guess to toys. I don't know. I guess like backtrack. Do we have anything in the toy world before we talk about that movie you watched?
You want to talk about that movie tonight?
I mean, I feel like it could be funny. I really don't know much else we could be squawking about.
So first, because it's coming up, but San Diego Comic-Con is like 2 weeks away. So do you want to wait until next week to do like a prediction / wish list for Comic-Con? So like the week before?
No, we can do it. I don't care.
I said, well, also we might have a few other people to join in the conversation.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you could run down predictions if you want. Maybe, I don't know.
We can do it next week. We need something for next week.
All right, that's fine. We just can't have too much dead air. So as we're sitting here jabbering back and forth trying to figure out what we're gonna do,
it works.
For those of you on Spotify or listening to Spotify right now, wondering what happened with the show, this is like a wild card. We didn't have shit to talk about tonight. We just know that if we don't keep it going in some way, shape, or form, we're going to lose the little bit of traction we might have.
So it's a wild card, essentially, but at the same time, there's been a little feedback, and we've noticed it ourselves, is that a lot of our episodes have a tendency to focus around turtles and transformers. We're trying to broaden a little bit and go some other directions, so it's not the same thing every couple of weeks, And I think we're doing a pretty good job. I give us a fucking A for effort, okay?
A for effort, maybe a C on execution. I just don't know if it's getting any better, but what's up, dude? So I don't know. Do you watch any of the Toy Federation shows on YouTube?
Yes. The last one I watched was right before we had one of the guys on. You remember when we had?
Yeah. Right before we had Travis on. Yeah.
Right. I'd watched one and I was cussing. Like, all right, I was cussing. I was like, "You mother, what the fuck are you doing?" It was an episode where they got like a huge Alien and Predator collection or some shit in.
Okay.
And they're going through and they're like, "Oh, I don't know what this is. Oh, this." And I'm like, "God damn it! It's just fucking research. Like, you have some really good shit there." They're like, "Oh, this is bad." I'm like, "No, that's fucking money." Like, I was like yelling at the fucking screen because like it was one of those things that we've talked about before where I can't expect them obviously to know everything about every toy line, but where if you're a collector of it, you should really know your hobby, right? So it's like I'm just sitting there as like a self-proclaimed alien predator expert watching the things they were saying. I'm like, you guys are so off base. And I just wanted to like just reach through and help them out. And then like the next day you had that guy try it. I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to say anything and like insult, like it's not like I'm insulting them what they were doing. But I feel like they just need to contact me once in a while about at least on the alien predator side, and I can help them out and really help them with some cash.
So was that the episode where they had a bunch of NECA ones?
Yeah, a bunch of NECA stuff came in. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I remember that one.
What the? You guys know. We don't know what this is like. It looks just like the Kenner one you have in your store. It's a fucking homage. It's only worth like $85.
They got the reason I bring them up is because they upload every Saturday, right? That's their upload day for shows. And they're 15-minute shows that these guys filmed months ago. So anything you're watching, that content's like 3 months ago, man. It's crazy. At least. And one of the most recent one was this young girl. I say young, she's probably in her late 20s, early 30s at the most. She, her grandmother owned a toy store in the 90s. And so she would buy just oodles of toys for all the kids, right? The neighborhood kids or anybody who might come to the store, because she never wanted kids to not have the toys that they might want to play with, right? So she had everything. So the girl, apparently there's like 5, I think, storage units or something like that worth of toys, or warehouse or something that this girl still hasn't gone through, right? And she's actually selling some on her own. The granddaughter, right? I think it is. And she so she brings in a sample bucket. Not like, oh, this is just some of it, like, like this is some of what was in a bucket. She goes, let me pick from little buckets and make a sample bucket.
A little bit of everything. A dabble.
Dude, the shit she shows up with, just to give you an idea of some of it, she has original My Little Ponies on the card. And original My Little Ponies are not hard to find, but on the card, they're very hard to find.
A lot of girls did not
and they
keep
not a lot of toys. And they would separate real bad from the bubbles because, back in the late 70s, early 80s, those weren't sticking like they were supposed to.
Blue was built different.
So, My Little Ponies, she had, and the first runs, man, they're not like, the later ponies. We're talking, she's got like, the Twilights and the Applejacks of the world and, the originals on the card. And then she's got, Voltron, but the box is so damn mint, I'd swear it was a reproduction. Like everything, because all this shit hasn't been touched in 30 years.
Yeah, it just closed the store and just went into storage.
Yep. If you took my house right now, you took everything, just put it in the box, and then 30 years later, went and looked at it, that's how it looked. Like this lady's stuff was all mint. And she had like original A-Team figures. And it's like, it's not just like, he pulls it out and it's like a wavy card. It's so straight. It's like it just came out of a case. It's just wild how well all of these toys were taken care of.
Not out of the closet, but out of a case. Yeah, okay.
You what?
You said it was so straight. I'm like, so not out of the closet, but out of a case. Okay.
Oh my God.
So,
but she had like just some rare. I've never heard of these, but they look like Micronauts, but they're not. They're like really tiny looking G.I. Joe guys, and they have little tiny weapons. I don't even know what they're called. But she had all. I'm waiting for her to bring like boxed Mighty Max and crap. You know what I mean? But I guarantee you, he gave her, I think, 2,200. I think he gave her 2,200. Just one yellow tote. One of one of my yellow totes. One of those yellow totes. I want to say he gave her 2,200 for just that tote. And she got like a $200 Barbie Nutcracker, of all things she collects, I don't know. But like a $200 Barbie Nutcracker figure she got from him.
A big thing, man.
So she collects that, and then she brought him the stuff, and she sells a little bit on the side. And it was funny because the way they were talking, like, she knows she's not giving this shit away. She knows what the value is. She knows he's got to make a profit. So she's being very like conscientious about it. But I can tell that however long they keep having her come on the show and bring on product, she's got to have, no shit, Weizie, it's got to be over $100,000, well over $100,000 in vintage toys. And some of them are probably in such good shape that if Ryan doesn't get them graded, I mean, there has to be a buyer for the shit that he's going to have. This girl's got everything.
So my biggest issue...
Ghostbusters too, sorry, my bad.
My biggest issue with Toy Federation is that I follow them on Facebook and obviously YouTube and all that. They put up these posts, these videos of the shit they get in. And it's like, yo, I want that. But they're like, we don't sell online. We don't ship. Like, God damn it. Now you're just like fucking teasing me, right? Like, you're hanging the fucking, the fruit right in front of, like, God damn it. I want that. I'm not going to drive to fucking North Carolina to get it. But, Jesus. Such cool shit they get.
I get it, but I don't get it. So if I remember his reasoning, and the only reason I don't get it is because of another store that does ship. But if I remember correctly, his reasoning was that even if it's boxed, you're shipping a vintage toy, And his concern is, what if that product, as nice as it is, it's packaged
damaged.
well, yeah, it gets damaged. And it's like, and it's not so much he's worried about the refund, it's just like he doesn't want to see that product be damaged.
That's fair.
And so it's like he'd rather you come get it yourself, you see it, it's in your hands, you take it home. What happens after that, he doesn't have to worry about.
Well, yeah, because then you also have, whether it be that or, buyer's remorse, like, oh, I didn't know that was a knockoff toy, right? Which he doesn't sell those, but I'm just as an example. You have it in hand, you can see everything, the box condition, and you're accepting of it, and you make the purchase. Versus like, oh, I bought it online. Oh, well, I didn't realize on the back this was here, and now there's a problem. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's
more quality sales, I guess one would say.
That's a good way, actually. That's a good bit of information that you're throwing out there just by itself. That makes all the sense in the world, because you get plenty of those people that, oh, I didn't know it had a crease, or I didn't know this, or I didn't know that. It's like, well, that's why there's 10,000 pictures. That's why you're supposed to ask questions before you go bidding or doing what have you. It's not on the seller at that point. They've put everything on there. They've told you ask questions. You chose not to. At that point, it's buyer beware.
Yeah, but and then that's where I understand as a seller, I don't want to deal with that headache. You know what I mean? Not even deal with that. Let's not do it. Plus, with how busy he is, could you imagine if he had to sell and then ship? He'd probably have to hire another team just to handle that, which make that financially make sense.
They eBay just what I'll call junk. Like, he takes the trash stuff, and that's what he puts on eBay. Parts and part vehicles that he doesn't need, because he's got, people bring him shells and hulls all the time for Star Wars, or G.I. Joe.
So he takes his time to fully build it, get all the little accessories, and sell a complete item, which makes perfect sense if that's the way you want to run it,
He's one of the only guys that does that. So I don't know if you've ever seen, and I'm not knocking anybody who's listening or potentially listening or will watch or can watch or whatever. I'm not knocking anybody else in the way you guys do business at all. So please don't take it the wrong way. There's a market for everything. But he literally will not sell somebody something incomplete. He goes, this is the item. He finds all the pieces to put it together, and he puts out that one complete item on the shelf. I see plenty of other toy stores that take the toy. They go, okay, we've got 100% complete one, but this one's only $50 because it's missing XYZ.
Which I can understand both sides of that, right? So you have the one side of, I'm selling only complete things. It's a quality, right? It's an image, it's quality. This is what my store does. But at the same time, your average store probably doesn't want to sit on 2 shells of something for a year and a half, 2 years while you try and build a complete one to sell. It's a much faster flip to get rid of it to somebody for a couple extra bucks to get it off your, make your money. So I can understand both sides of it. But his store, anything he sells in the store is complete. It's either complete in box, sealed in box, or it's loose but complete. And that's the way he wants to run his business, which I understand. I get both sides.
Yeah, it's wild, man. If you've ever, anybody who's watching, if you haven't ever watched a Toy Federation show on YouTube, check it out. I binge watch them. But there is one where he gives you a really good, it's old, but he gives you a really good tour of the back room of his warehouse room. And it's like, he's got a station where, what's his name sits there and builds, Andy sits there and builds nothing but G.I. Joes. So he'll have, I'm just going to make up characters, right? He'll have, 25 Snake Eyes that are missing arms. But they come in, he goes to a Snake Eye bin. Okay, how many? Okay, I've got a head here. I've got this, I've got that. I can make one really good Snake Eyes. And then they take the original figures and they change the O-rings, even if they're not broken.
Might as well have a nice fresh O-ring.
Right. They always sell them fixed with a good O-ring, so it's a good tight figure.
So and then he's got...
You what?
It's always better when it's tight.
And then he's got, like, shells of everything. I mean, like, Technodromes. He has something like 10 or 15 Technodrome shells. Which I could see. I mean, those things are all over the place. It's the accessories you can never get. But, yeah, it's wild. But I can't wait for that girl to bring him more stuff, man. I mean, she should set up herself somewhere. She'd make an absolute stupid fortune.
So another gripe that I have with the Toy Federation shows, and it's nothing against them personally, and it's not even a bad thing. But Ryan, when he starts talking, right? He's smart. He's a businessman, and he has a passion. He loves it. He's very he's not like monotone like Ben Stein, but he's very like level, right? So when I watch these things, I'll put them on while I'm driving on a 2-hour drive. And his voice, when he starts going, I'm like, it starts putting me to sleep, not because I'm bored, but he just has a really calm tone to him. So it's like I can't even sit there because like, all right, this is great, but I'm gonna die. Like I need to switch it for a little bit and get to something else to give you all right, and then get back to it and finish the episode.
I'd like to hear him yell just once. That'd be fantastic. But the one time I saw him like having even a disagreement, I guess you would call it. It's an older video. It's like 2 RetroCons ago, and this guy was beating him up on the price of something, and Ryan had already come down significantly on the price, and the guy was just like, come on, man, 22, and Ryan's like 25, and he was like grinning about it, and the guy kept saying 22, 22, and Ryan's like 25, take it or leave it, and he walked away, and it was wild.
He has the type of personality, the way he does it. It's like he can tell you to go fuck yourself in a very nice and
but he smiles
way, right? To where you're like, I don't know if he's being an asshole or if I'm the asshole, and I deserve that. It's like
our biggest problem. So Rebel Girl and I, when we watch him, get these collections, and he's going through the boxes and the packaging.
Well, your biggest problem is you can only get so erect. Like
no, our biggest problem watching him is how he manhandles everything. And it drives me insane because I'm just like, you're gonna ruin it. Like he'll just like literally be like, oh, it's remote control Bart Simpson. Before you know it, you're like, stop, like, what are you doing, dude?
It would have been funny as shit if you broke that Bart Simpson.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking that as I was sitting here trying to be funny with it. It's just I could have snapped it. But he'd be like, yeah, these are always the most fragile part right here, and he'll just go. Or if it's a box, it'll be like mint condition, He'd be like, these are great. The box never comes this nice. And then he's like squeezing it. And I'm just like,
I remember watching one recently. Somebody came in, this older guy. He came in with, I don't know if it was his kids' toys or whatever the fuck it was. It was a bunch of shit. And I feel like it was Star Wars. A bunch of Star Wars. It may have been G.I. Joe stuff.
Where everything was brand new?
No, it was all played with, but the guy had it like kind of separated out already, like boxes of like just Thundercats, boxes of just this, that. And there was one toy that Ryan's like, every time we get one of these, this piece is always broken. This one piece is always broken. And the guy's like, yeah, that thing breaks all the time. But when I was, when my son had it, I knew that. So all you have to do is you go in, you take this off, and you just shave this little part down a little bit.
Yes.
And then it works just fine. It doesn't break. And then Ryan's like, oh, so it doesn't break. He's like, so it's modified. And he's like, no longer interested because now it's been modified. Like it's been cut a little bit. And like, in my mind, like, hold on, but now it won't break. So that's awesome. It can be used without worry. But his idea is like, yo, you ruined it because now it's not what it originally was. I was like, that's a weird way to be like very particular about it. Like,
is that your kitchen? I mean, this is one of my rooms, one of my podcast rooms.
Yeah, he's got multiple podcast rooms for different shows he does. He's got, depending on the one.
I've got multiple rooms of crap.
So those who are listening, the Plastic Ninja just asked if Tony's in his kitchen. No, Tony's kitchen, you can actually see a dining table now because there's no Terrordrome on it.
Well, my dining room you can, not my my kitchen. Kitchen has a bunch of Transformer here. I don't care.
Show the kitchen.
That's the dining room. But yes, you can see my table now. That's a cat. That's the kitchen.
That's right. I forgot. You're fancy. You have a kitchen and then you have a dining room separated.
Would you like to eat outside of the place with the sink?
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird if anybody sits in there and does that. That's odd.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to ask about. Is that my kitchen? I don't think. I mean,
well, somebody who knows you, that knows your house is full of toys, could you tell?
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, again, love watching the show. No trash talking to those guys at all. He's absolutely doing it right. He's a cool dude. Travis is a cool dude. Andy's a cool dude. They're all very cool guys. They were a lot of fun to meet, and it's honestly same thing with Pixel Dan and his entourage of friends that he goes around to shows with.
I just wanted to ask you, Pixel Dan recently put up a video. He's over, or he might not be there now, but the videos he's putting up are from Europe that he just recently did, a second Europe trip he did. And he was doing a tour of somebody's collection over there. And he came upon, I could have sworn he said that the guy said that these figures are like 12 inches tall, basically. They look almost like a metallic, see through. You can see like all the circuit inner workings of them. And I swear that he said, oh, when they brought them over to America, they shrunk them down, and it's what became Micronaut.
Yeah, they're called Henshin Cyborg.
Okay. This guy had like 4 or 5 of them. Like a whole display of them, and they looked fucking awesome.
They're badass. They are not inexpensive. But yeah, it's called Henshin Cyborg.
They're not inexpensive?
They're good shit, man.
But so you're saying they're expensive?
Yes.
Okay.
They are super vintage. So
okay, that's fine. Not inexpensive. Okay, so you're saying they are expensive. Okay.
So what happened was before we had Transformers, what they were doing was they had sent G.I. Joe. We signed rights or something for G.I. Joe to be made in Japan. And I think it's Takara. Takara took them and said, well, these are boring. And took they took the Army line, and instead of doing Army toys, they filled them full of gears and parts and whatever, and made them clear, translucent. And so they were cyborgs. And when they sent them back to America, because America's like, oh, that's cool, then they made them into the world of the Micronauts. And then Micronauts are also part of, excuse me, I could be mixing toy lines, but the idea is there. I want to say the Micronauts were part of the Diaclone line, because original Diaclone Transformers all came with pilots. And some of the G1 toys have a spot for pilots. So if you ever notice with Optimus Prime, you'd have to know the toy. So as kids, when the front of Optimus Prime would open, it looked like somewhere you could put his fists when you weren't playing with him. Like you didn't have him in robot mode, so that's what we used to do. But that's actually a spot where the miniature pilot would go. And it was the same thing with like the Dinobots,
so when he would transform,
this is a knockoff version. But like his back would open up, and then a pilot would go in there. And some of the G1 toys, because all they did was take the mold and send them over to America, the G1 toys in America still have the space for the pilot, even though they don't come with one.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Bro, you gotta check out that. I'll see if I can find it. I'll send it to you, the actual video, because the guy's collection, he has was it Dino Riders?
Mm-hmm.
The entire collection complete.
It's probably badass to look at.
Loose, complete, but then he also has like in-box T-Rex and like a lot of the other Dino Riders in box as well. Like,
so with Dino Riders, isn't there a Brachiosaur and a Brontosaurus, or is there only one or the other?
I have no idea. But when they're sitting there like, oh look, it's a complete collection, I'm like, holy crap, there's a lot of Dino Riders. I don't remember there being that fucking many Dino Rider figures. Obviously, as a kid, the ones that stand out were the big ones, the T-Rex, sure, the Brontosaurus, like the ones that really. But there's a lot of Dino Riders. It's insane. And then they also had a bunch of the individual packs, like the human characters and shit. A bunch of those too. Crazy.
I feel like we talked about pretty recently, actually, you brought it up, about if there was an IP that we thought was going to get remade by anybody by loyal subjects, would be Dino Riders would be next.
I feel like that would be a good move. I feel like there would be a want for it, but there's other companies who are doing Dino Rider similar things in stores. So it's like, would it be too much? Would the parents, like the adults, collectors, would probably buy them because there's Dino Riders. But that would be a line that you'd also kind of want the kids to jump onto and help build it. Because if of anything loyal subjects could release, something that would also get the attention of the young generations would be dinosaurs. Love dinosaurs, right? But you've got that other company currently that's in stores with the same type of thing, dinosaurs with armor.
They're called.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, you got those. Then if you went to, it's gone now, but Big Lots for a while had like some weird bootleg things. I kept sending you pictures of that, like were Dino Rider-esque dinosaurs with armor, right? It's like people have been doing them, just not the actual Dino Riders. So I don't know if it would be as profitable as if they did it maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I think there's a lot of weird competition in that realm.
I feel like the problem would be if you turn around and you do Dino Riders, especially, let's just say loyal subjects. I'm sorry. I mean, I hate to bash them, but I'm going to bash them for a minute with their price points. I think Dino Riders would come out, and I think, let's say they make the Brachio or Brontosaurus, whatever the hell it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
They make the big dinosaur, that has like the saddle with all the, I think it came with tiny pterodactyls and shit or whatever, but let's say they make that thing. I bet it's every bit of $200 by itself.
Possibly.
It'd be that one toy that's $199, and then all the smaller dinosaurs would probably be $39.99. Like those Armorsaurs, looking back, I should have never bought them. Absolutely overpaid. They were not cheap. I want to say that stupid Triceratops was like $89.
I remember I saw one. It was one of the smaller ones. It wanted like $45 for it. I'm like, man, it's cool, but not $45. Cool.
Yeah, like they're cool looking toys, but
which is weird because it's the same company that does Ninjambis. So it's like Ninjambis were awesome, not a bad price point on Ninjambis. And then they released these dinosaurs and they went insane with prices.
So they're $44. That's what it was. And we never got what I do think is cool about this line. I bought all the figures. I bought the dinosaurs. The only thing I didn't get, and they were Walmart. I don't know if they're exclusive to Walmart, but they were Walmart. Was they made motorcycles and they transformed like from the dinosaur thing to motorcycle. I don't know how to put it, right? They transformed. And it reminds me of Robotech Mospetta, which is the motorcycles transforming from Robotech. So that immediately drew me like to purchasing to purchase those if I found them. I still haven't seen them in the store. And I feel like there's plenty of toy lines that the whole reason they get bought is because they put out one toy that reminds somebody of something else they used to have. Now all of a sudden that person's buying that line,
Very, very well could be. Marketing strategy. Get something that's close that people want it, and then you're gonna have some psychopaths who are, completists, and they'll buy it.
Yep.
Or
I would rather have Dino Riders, but I bought Armorsaurs.
Or they're gonna bank on, and I wonder how many companies actually do bank on this. That they're like, oh, we're gonna release this, and people are gonna buy it up in hopes it'll be worth more later. Because you got to figure a lot of these companies have to understand that there's collectors, but then there's like scalpers and flippers who are buying this stuff even in higher droves than your average collector. So it's like, we got to do something that's going to be cool enough that people think it'll be worth more in the future. So people buy it like crazy, even if they don't want it. Just on the potential resale value. It has got to be cool like that.
So, like back in the 90s, like some of the toys that were out then, if you turn around, you go to buy them now. I think I saw that one at Walmart on 19. I think he might be talking about the motorcycles.
Yeah, I believe so.
So look at some of the toys in the 90s and what they go for now. Excuse me. And how they're worth like a freaking fortune. But they're toys nobody cared about back then. But they're worth so much now because they were made in limited supply.
Right.
And
like
so
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah. Food Fighters, all that kind of stuff, right? So if you were to turn around, or Toxic Avenger toys, the figures are worth a bunch if they're on card. So take one like Armorsaurs or Ninjambi. As well as Ninjambi looks, as well as they did, and I think I said this before, do we think that's going to be the toy that 20 years from now, people are going to be like, oh man, you remember Ninjambis? Those are really cool. They were a short run toy. Or do you think it's because of the way we produce things nowadays, right? Because of the way that toys are made, because of the way they go to clearance, and what have you, is 20 years too short of an amount of time for those to have value?
You know what? I think they could potentially be something later on. And the only reason I say that is because they have such a play feature to it that I don't see a lot of kids buying them or people getting and them not being open, played with, and destroyed. Right? Whereas some of these other ones, people like it looks good in the package, it doesn't have that like the draw to open it up, it might stay in package for longer or not ever be open. But the Ninja is like you put slime in there, you cut their arm off, slime shoots out. Like I feel like the play value would have caused people to open them no matter what, or more likely to open and play with them, which would then make ones in package or ones not missing a leg because people don't lose the fucking legs or an arm left and right. So having a complete one with accessories or in package, I feel like in the future would potentially, if anything, would be good candidates for having some type of value or desire for it.
So is it almost like stupid and safe to say at the same time that the more shit your toy comes out with, the more it'll be worth later if you have all the pieces?
Yes.
Because it was harder to keep them all together?
Well, yeah, because how many times you say, oh, we got that, but that one small piece always vanishes. They always lose that piece. The carpet monster eats it. Whatever the fucking reason is, it always disappears. You keep the accessories, everything's worth more with the accessories. That's why they've, overcharged for figures now. The goddamn accessory.
Carpet monster, eh?
Yeah, the carpet monster.
That could be said for a few people.
Carpet monster before?
I'm sure I know a few people who can call the carpet monster. We're not kid friendly. We've made that clear.
Tony, what are you drinking?
Not enough. No. It's Diet Coke and still lime.
Cute.
Sober.
Good job.
Had some drinks this weekend, but that was it.
Not sober. Okay, so.
No, actually, I'm doing really well though. I'm not doing anything near as much of anything. I just during the week I'm not really having anything. Never knew.
Joe, you're old as shit.
Don't her. I don't know. So I look at okay, so kind of stay on the value thing real quick. And I go back to this. So this company, this was Gakken, and this is straight out of Japan. And it's one of the Moss Beta Robotech sets I have, and it's one of the ones I got graded. I have 3 of them. They're all the different colors. There's nothing to these toys. There's no... When I say playability, the reason this came as a 3-pack is because this is how the vehicle is supposed to transform, right? So the motorcycle is just a motorcycle. It doesn't transform into the armor like it's supposed to. The figure doesn't do anything. It's just a figure without armor. And then the little jet Veritech doesn't transform. It's just the Veritech, the Battleoid. I know you don't know what that is really, but when you look at it, there's 3 toys in here. So there's the motorcycle. See what he's sitting on? So in the Moss Beta world, this turns into the armor that's on him.
Okay.
And then that's the big airplane turns into a robot. It looks like that. So all they did was make these 3 toys a solid color with a little bit of gray. And they don't transform. They don't do anything. Centurion was a transforming motor. Centurion had a transforming motorcycle, he means. But yeah, these... I grew up on 70s mags. More carpet than Bob's Carpet Mart. Oh my god. So yeah, this but I guess to my point, this thing's not cheap, right? It's worth a couple bucks, but the toy itself is kind of trash. It's metal, but it's nothing to write home about. It's just kind of trash. So I wonder about toys we have now. Are any of these going to be worth anything later on when they have all these wild ass accessories? And
I don't think any of the like you were saying, I don't think any of the main IPs will, because they're so overproduced and mass marketed. I don't think they will. But the smaller IPs or the smaller toy lines, I can see them in the future having something. I can't see anything current Turtles going up in value at all. Star Wars, same thing. Marvel Legends, same thing. It's just so much that's
like
getting
even
made, it's flooded.
Power of the like I don't even buy Star Wars toys, but Power of the Force Star Wars, right? So the red card, green card shit or whatever. The figures they're few and far between that anybody cares about, and Ryan like says all the time they're 2 for $5. You know what I mean? He's like $5 figures or 2 for $5 or whatever, and there's maybe 2 figures out of the entire fucking line that are worth any value, and that's like $15. So if you want to do Star Wars, you can buy Power of the Force all day long. And then the very first Star Wars Black Series are all $5. They're like the Marvel Legends version of Star Wars. Don't know why. I don't know if the price points were bad or whatever it was, but nobody bought them. And so like those don't really do anything with value. So when I think about but they're like you said, like you just saying, they're also overproduced like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, stuff like this Joy Toy, is not necessarily overproduced. It doesn't make it to any store shelves. It's strictly something that gets sold on a website, right? So is this going to increase in value? Probably not exponentially, but is this going to increase in value like Mondo, let's say? Or is it always just going to keep where it is at retail, probably never get any better?
Probably it might go up a little bit, but the only thing working in its favor is that you could tag on it's an import.
Is that you could what?
It's an import.
Okay.
Right? It's not an American toy. Right? Once something's an import, you can attach more value to it because you can only get it from overseas, and there's more fake rarity to it because anybody can order it, but there's a level of fake rarity to it because it has that mystique of being an import. Same thing with your Transformers, like it's an import, like it seems fancier. This defined China, even though it's still just a ceramic plate. You know what I mean?
So I 100% would agree with you with older toys, and the only reason I say older toys is because that's exactly what it was. We importing toys from overseas back in the day, not that it was unheard of, I'm not saying that at all, but what we got were the imports so we could produce our own. Not like Transformers, case in point, right?
I can't ignore that you just went and licked that fucking lid.
Well, there was a drop on the lid. Shut up, man.
Always lick the tip. Always lick the tip. That's a good girl.
So there was a rarity because toys that were getting imported were so we could make our own mold and produce a toy ourselves, right? So, and Transformers, case in point, was like that. So if you had real if you had real import Transformers, you had kanji on the on the box, so it's all written in Japanese or whatever, and he's got a different name. He's God Robo, so it's worth more money, and like you said, it's that
it's fragile. It's foreign.
Yeah, it's Italian. It's that fake value that's created just because it's rare and overseas. But I don't feel like
it because it's an import. There's a mystique to it because
But do we have that anymore? Really?
It's easier to get now. That's what I'm saying. It's even faker than it used to be because now you can go to several websites and order anything you want from Japan and China and get it in, right? You might have to pay a little more, an import fee, this and that, but it's easy to get. Because remember, back in the 80s, if you wanted to get an import, you had to know somebody who knew somebody who worked for,
rob somebody
named Tony that wore brass knuckles and broke knees. That's how you only got the imports, was knowing those types of people. Now it's just you have to go to AliExpress. It's a little different.
You want a turtle? I can get you a turtle.
But at the same time, you see it all the time at the toy shows. You get these people who come in who might even be collectors, but they don't go to the websites and buy stuff. They don't fuck with the internet. So they might not be able to easily get it because they don't know to go there and get it. So when they see it at your show, in their mind, it's an import. It still has that fake mystique to it. You know what I mean? Because they can just hop on to TF, whatever the hell, TF Safari and buy something there because they don't know. So there is a level still there, but it's much more common for you to be able to get those things if you know what you're looking for. You can be able to find most of those imports yourself easily.
It's kind of wild how less expensive it is.
No, he's
buy...
busy practicing law.
Yeah, it's the same crap. How much easier it was, or excuse me, how much cheaper it is to go overseas and buy directly from Japan or China and bring it back.
So
what?
Says Tony can't go to a website for weird Mexican store that sold knockoff and weird sex toys. I thought I had a stroke reading that, but what he said.
Yeah, that did give me a stroke reading that. I can't help but think that that's a knock to when
you went to Mexico and everything had dicks on it?
Yes. Anything and everything had dicks on it.
It's weird because
it was a Terminator all over again.
You go to Mexico, everywhere you go has dicks on everything. I went to Mexico and I found a bunch of like Predator statues, knockoff turtles. Like I found all kinds of weird shit. You're just like, oh, here's dicks. Like I feel like it's what you're looking for is what you find in Mexico.
The main store when we got off the boat and walked onto the island, they're like, "Oh, my friend, come in here because we have tequila." And we're like, "We don't want tequila, but all right." We walk into the store and it's just like, "Do you want Dia de los Muertos gear or do you want fake or ceramic wieners and boobs? Like what do you want?" That you got two options. That's it. And if you don't want either one of those, go get some tequila and get out.
And the store I went to has like big like $30 statues of the Predator on a motorcycle. You're just like penises. So,
God, man.
At least you didn't find the donkey show. So I mean, you're good there.
I just wanted to buy some knockoff toys, man. There was nothing. The only thing we almost bought you, and I'm so glad we didn't. Now looking back, it's obviously it's tourist swag to get you to buy it. There was like the Predator statues. They say they're made out of whalebone or whatever they're made out of.
It's resin.
Yeah, and it's okay. Yeah, it's fake. And
absolutely, I've got a bunch of those too.
Well, so the guy Jose who does toy shows, really cool guy. He gets all the Mexican bootleg toys. He gets all that crap all the time. So like it's funny when he tries to explain it to you. He's like, where'd you get this? And so Alex is always with us, and he goes, "Oh, I get it from." We're like, well, how much was it? And he'd be like, eh. And then Alex is like, he paid like $4 for that shit.
Well, recently he had those Krusty the Clowns though. That I was like, man, I wanted to grab one of them, but it was just now I'm not saying his prices were out of line because I don't know the prices of that type of stuff.
Right.
You can totally get it. Just for what I saw the value in, that's just wasn't there for me. But the one Krusty Clown looked like Freddy Krueger. There was one looked like Chucky. Like those were really dope.
Yeah, he had some really cool ones, and I have those bootleg Mexican turtles I bought at RetroCon, which are still some of the coolest things I own.
Joe, I'm not even acknowledging that, but that's funny.
I have so many problems with that person in Hollywood right now. I'm just going to throw out there.
Yeah, I'm
not going to say why, but I'm just so over it. It's like, oh my God. We got off the Jenner and got on the Page. That's all I'm saying. She is a stunning man. So.
You got some weird taste.
Yeah, what are you going to do? So, yeah. Jose's got some really cool Mexican bootlegs, man. And he's always got stuff I want to buy. He had the. I really should have bought the set of the Thundercats. I mean, they were badass, dude. Bengali had like his signature weapon. Panthro did. Lion-O even had a freaking sword, and then Chitara had her staff.
So here's something that it kind of leads up to, or goes back to what we were talking about with the imports, like how there's a fake rarity, right? The mystique to it. Mexican bootlegs, I feel are the exact same, right? Because it used to be you'd go to a toy show, you might find one table that has a couple bootlegs, right? Because people didn't keep them, they were rare. But now you go to one of the shows we normally do, you might come across 3 or 4 tables. Don't have a whole crap load, but they'll have like those Mexican bootleg gremlins or the Mexican bootleg this. Like Mexican bootlegs right now are popping up at a lot of toy shows and a lot of vendors. So it's like the rarity of a Mexican bootleg is dissipating really fast amongst the toy show crowd because it seems like everybody's getting their hands on them, whether they're buying them from eBay or going to the border, picking them up themselves, like throwing them over the wall. I don't know how you get them from there if you're, but like it seems like toy shows, you're finding more and more tables with the Mexican bootlegs, which to me also takes away the value of the rarity of, oh, it's a Mexican bootleg. Like, oh, you've got it. He's got it. That person over there's got it. I'll get the best price from one of these. Versus like, oh, you're the only person that I've seen in the past year who has these. I need to buy one right now.
Is there anybody on the other side of the wall? That's like this. Which one is this in my hand? The Splinter. So this one was this Argentinian?
I don't know.
Nope,
it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. I just know that it's a bootleg. This one and the Bebop I have. But they're printed on the same car. Everything is the same. Even the Bebop has the Splinter on the back. So, I mean, it's Splinter all day. But, yeah, I mean, it's a bootleg card. In fact, I think this says Splinter, and I think even the Bebop says Splinter. It says Splinter.
So, okay. Now, there entails a question, right? One of the charms of Mexican bootlegs is that they're so bootleggy, right? You look at it and like, that's the bootleg. The Turtles, the names are always something. It's never Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like some weird version that they made up that hints that it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. They never look right. A lot of times they have like a light in their chest because it's a Mexican bootleg. They have like an LED. But like those look like somebody's literally trying to just make real versions for deception or whatever. Like that's kind of weird. Like it doesn't have the Mexican bootleg charm.
So let me say, I don't know if it'll be any better if I take it out of this, but aside from
just take it out of the package.
No.
Open it.
I put them in these protective cases to bring the cards back. So the way they put these on the card, they don't even glue them; they staple them.
There you go. That's one way to do it.
So that looks like an original Bebop, right?
Yeah. As I was saying, it doesn't have the Mexican bootleg charm.
Right. It's the paint, though. See how the paint is worn off? The black got all over the place. The red. I mean, he's loose in this.
Threw in the package. They had to get it shipped to you right away.
Right. It's just fucking wild, man. It's just, and this card is like so brittle, but I want to say it was Argentinian. I don't remember, but I bought it from the dude. He brought it over literally in his damn suitcase from wherever he came from. He didn't speak hardly any English. And I was like, I gotta have them. And I have other bootlegs. I just don't know where they are.
Well, that's good.
I actually was going to make the effort. I didn't do it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. To go through all of my turtles down there that I can't get to anymore to reorganize just because I don't know what I have. It's that bad. It's bad. It's
need some type of inventory system so you really understand what you have.
It would do me no good. It would just be good to be able to see everything. That would help.
It also potentially keep you from buying shit you already have.
Well, I have considered, dare I use the word, crating some of this because I just don't know where to put it anymore. And if I can't see half of it, what's the point? But I also used the term, I was talking to Johnny about it, and I said, is it time to downsize? Because if I can't see it, do I really need it?
Yeah. I've had those thoughts. I have a closet here full of stuff like, do I need it all if I can't really see it to enjoy it? And my conclusion is yes, I do need it. So.
Yeah, I know. That's usually my go-to also. That's never going to happen. So I'm going to need you to just calm down, sir.
We don't need that kind of positivity around here, John, or Gustavo.
We can call him Jay Stavo. Or Gastani. Yeah, I will not be opening any of the plethora. First of all, It would take me 6 months to open everything in my house if I had to. It would require an arsenal
of Damien sit down and help you.
Dear God.
You'll lose half the accessories to the carpet monster.
And it's funny because I have wooden tile floors, so I want to know where this carpet's coming from.
Where's Rebel at?
No, I still don't know where the carpet's coming from. Too much out there in Spotify land? I don't know anymore. Oh my God. So this Saturday, are you, Saturday, Sunday, you coming by the show at any point?
Yeah, I'll fly in one day. I'm still looking for a few things.
I thought I had something for you. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just think I do.
So. Unless you've got space for me to throw a box full of Lucy's to help us out.
I mean, if it'll fit on the one of the yellow totes, I can put a junk tote out and you can put them on top of it.
Because I have just a clear tote, like a smaller, not too deep.
From the last show, right?
From the show I did down in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe. I'm not sure yet, but I'll definitely be at least coming by the show because there's some things I'm looking for still. And I know this is usually one of those bigger ones with decent vendors.
Yeah.
So
it's usually the better show, and I don't know that he will because I don't think he did well that time, but I am hoping that what's his name from Sasquatch Toys. I hope he comes down, but I don't know. I got something you can bring down to Weizie. I'm not always sure how to take that.
Yes, Joe, you can give it to him.
And however he gives it to me, I'm not sure I can reciprocate and give it to you in the same fashion.
We can go behind closed doors. It's okay.
What happens in Vegas stays in Sasquatch. If you don't want to open boxes, and maybe like a storage unit, you can pay him in Predator figures. I really...
The wife might kill you, but...
I need to get... I've said this already plenty of times. I keep talking about buying one of those mini houses off Amazon. I've also talked about getting one of those sheds that you can insulate and have air conditioning in. And honestly, even if I can't display in there, if only to have air conditioned storage, because I'm paying almost $200 a month now for my storage unit, and it's like,
it'd be cheaper just to get one of those storage units and then put one of the kids out there. They don't need AC, right? And just use the bedroom for the stuff.
So I'm not going to say I didn't suggest that, but no, I really do. Like, I mean, all I need is somewhere that's air conditioned that I can put the toys in the arcades. And if I can get, that stuff out there, there doesn't even have to be any rhyme or reason to it. It's just, even if I have to start, like I said before, I can start bookshelving like some of the turtles, because like I have, on the walls, I have all of the loyal subjects. I can just bookshelf all those.
Giggity.
Trade, you know what I like. That is such a weird thing to... This is a lot going on right now. I don't know. Either way, Shellheads, I need organization in my life, and this monstrosity behind me, as cool as it is not organized.
No.
It was at one point. Now it's just a shit show. Did I ever show you guys the Jaws game?
Yes. The one from NECA, right? You didn't get an original one.
No. The one from NECA. That's how bad. Some of the stuff back here, I totally forgot. I have to take that to the show Saturday.
So there you go.
I gotta
only taking blockies. So
start crating up some crap. Crapping up some crate.
Take all the shit with you, and if it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, put it back.
I don't have that big of a space.
How many tables?
Huh?
How many tables you get this time?
I did a 10 by 10 space.
Yeah.
Cost has become a factor.
Glad you're taking care of
value. Put it this way.
Vendor.
My ROI is not there. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I'm exhausting most of those customers. So I'm not bringing graded anymore. That just doesn't sell. Those people aren't there. Now, carded and plastic case or whatever, like figures, those sell. That's fine. There's people that buy that. But graded doesn't sell. Really nothing over, $400 to $500. They just don't sell. I've never sold anything over $500 at one of those shows. I lie. I sold a figure once for $600, and that was something graded to one particular gentleman. I can't remember his name, and I'm so sorry, but that guy buys and sells. So he literally bought it for an auction house to put it on an auction house. But other than that, I don't sell them. And then the gentleman from Europe always spends about $300-400 with me. Really cool guy. He'll buy carded turtles. Excuse me. Whenever he comes from overseas, he comes and finds me, and buys carded turtles if I have what he's looking for. But yeah, cool dude. But yeah, I've exhausted that clientele, and I'm just not going to drag expensive pieces that are going to get manhandled or could possibly get broken.
Makes sense.
It's not worth it anymore.
I'm trying to think of what I have that I could trade Joe that I'm willing to part with. Ugh.
I don't know. You got 2 dogs and Melissa, so
we can't trade one of those anymore. That was outlawed back in the 1800s. So
gotta catch them all.
Can't
collect them all
anymore. So,
all right. Well, oh my God. All right, Gus. I'm good, man. You got anything?
Toy wise, no.
Okay. You wanna touch on that, or you want to leave it, or what?
No, we could touch on your Nukem High,
dude. Class of Nukem High is a classic trauma flick.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so bad. I'm not gonna say it's good, but it's so bad it's good. I totally like when you sent the scene, and I'm like, what is he watching? I'm like, is the TV broken?
And then
you're like, Nukem. But as soon as you said what it was, I'm like, oh, okay, I remember what I'm looking at now. I love the punks and how ridiculous they make them look.
You would.
Oh my God, the one dude with the bone,
bro,
was stereotyped so hard.
Well, the one character has the Hitler stash, and I think it's a woman with the Hitler stash. There's a guy with tits. He was kind of like, he dressed like kind of like a preppy. He always had like a collar shirt on, but he had a rack.
Yes.
Then there's like another one who just had like long strands of like puffs of hair sticking out of like his nose, his cheek. There are some really weird characters. So, one question. Obviously it's in Tromaville. Does it actually tie to Toxie at all?
So, not in a direct sense.
Okay.
So all the trauma flicks are just that. It's the insanity and the craziness of what happens in Tromaville.
Because obviously the whole idea is that there's the radioactivity and this and the waste and this and that. So it's like, okay, and the same thing as Toxie is the waste, right? Okay. Now, is Nukem High 2 and 3 worth watching?
I can't remember them. So
I'll take those as a no. Not worth watching.
So, I like Surf Nazis Must Die. Again, these are all trauma flicks. I will tell you, I mean, I've mentioned this movie before. If you haven't watched it and you want a good watch, a good 90s watch, I've always said Class of 1999 is totally worth watching.
If I could find that on something. I was just scrolling through, I think it was Tubi. I was scrolling through something, and
I bought it.
Nukem High. I'm like, oh, that's that fucking movie Tony keeps talking about. Okay, I'll watch this shit. I'm like, holy shit.
I bought Class of 1999. It's on Amazon Prime right now.
Okay.
Do you have Amazon Prime TV?
No, but I'll have to see the library has it.
Oh God. In any case, it's really cool, and when you get to see, obviously we talked about it before, they're cyborgs, right? But when you get to see the cyborg sides of the teachers, it is so freaking Terminator, it's not even funny.
And then I watched something I do not recommend anybody watch because it was not good. Apparently there was a Critters TV show.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It's like a 10-episode TV show, and each episode is like 10, 15 minutes long. Horrible. Fucking horrible. Do not watch.
Critters TV show?
Yeah. It was called Critters The New Binge or something like that. Do not recommend.
I would have totally okay, I'm glad you said something.
I would totally watch it. It's just really campy and bad. It is just no.
Is it purposely campy, or is it just like it's so bad it's just because it's campy?
No, it's purposely campy. Yeah. No, they definitely knew what they were getting into, the history of critters, and they went. It's camp.
I tried explaining to Damien where when I was a kid, the first critters, I was young, man, because when did that come out? In 86 or something?
Probably, it had to be late 80s, yeah.
So I remember when the first critters came out. Where's Joe? Is he still in here?
Probably.
Whenever that first critters came out, I remember as a kid being scared to death of those things. Because I was, 5, 6 years old, and all I'm thinking is this little thing is lurking somewhere in the dark.
Right.
And it's killing people.
And Critters did what all horror movies seem to do, right? Well, especially in the 80s and 90s. The first one is very scary with comedic parts, little funny things that happen. But then 2, 3, 4 just become more comedy driven than it is the horror of the original, right? So
Gremlins never had that effect on me. Critters scared me as a kid. Gremlins I thought was hilarious.
1986 for Critters. So yeah.
Was that Joe, or did I just Googled it too?
Yeah, it was Joe.
Yeah, so I would have been 5 years old when Gremlins came out. So I had no business watching it to begin with.
Critters came out.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, though. I would have been 5 years old.
Yeah, well, you said I would have been 5 years old when Gremlins. We're talking about Critters here, buddy.
Yeah, I know what I meant. Sorry. I said was I had no business watching it. But Gremlins, when did Gremlins come out? 87?
No, because I think Gremlins came out first.
Was it 84?
I feel like Critters was like a ripoff of Gremlins, if I remember.
Gremlins was 84. So that I would have been 3 years old. Now I didn't watch Gremlins that I can remember until I was older. I didn't say older, like, you know what I mean, 6, 7 years old probably.
Right.
I think is when I saw Gremlins. But as a kid, it's weird. I don't know. I had a toy Gizmo. It was like this plush one, and it had a string coming out of the top. When you would shake it, it would go like it would
That's violent.
Yes.
Poor Gizmo.
But it would make some weird little like chirping noise. But they never had. There were never toys of, Stripe or anything like that. The actual Gremlins that was just of Gizmo.
So okay. But yeah, I mean, watch Critters, the new binge, but it wasn't. It gets ridiculous. The story just gets ridiculous.
I'll give it a gander.
But apparently there was also a movie that came out before it. There was a new Critters movie that came out in the late 20-teens.
So the only late Critters movie, I don't think there was one in 2018, was there?
Maybe 2018, 2019, and then the TV show came out after the movie.
Critters 2019. It's called Critters Attack.
There you go. I haven't watched that.
There's a bald-headed critter in it.
Like the bald-headed bear in Great Outdoors?
I don't remember this at all.
I feel like there's a bald-headed critter in the actual movies, like one of the first 3 movies too. I feel like that's the thing.
So this seems to be where they got the inspiration for that critter toy that like everybody gets in a knockoff, the white critter looking one.
Okay.
His name's Alex. Alex on film. Is that right? No, his name's not Alex. I'm an idiot. I don't know. It's a white critter though. He's not like looks like all the other ones that are like that grayish black color.
Okay, he's like an albino.
Yeah, he's like an albino critter. I'm gonna have to watch this Critters Attack. What review did they get? Did you see?
No, I haven't. While I was looking up information on the new binge, the TV show, I saw that one popped up. I was like, oh, okay, and I just haven't watched it yet.
Oh God, it got a 3.7 out of 10 on IMDb and a 41 on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's gonna be great.
Dee Wallace is in it.
Of course. Why not?
Yeah, the lady from E.T. and from the other Critters movies. Who the hell was she in Lords of Salem?
But back real quick to your...
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
To your Nukem High. When I first messaged you, I was not enjoying it. I did grow to enjoy it as I continued watching it. So at first I was like, this is trash. And then it became recyclables. Right? Not really trash. Treated better than trash, but still goes to like not in my house. Like I was mad at it.
again, man, if you like trauma flicks, you got to take them for what they are. Like the Toxic Avenger, or Toxic Crusader, I should say. It gets worse and worse and worse as you watch the series. Like Toxie talks more. He's got a blind girlfriend.
I hadn't seen Toxic. I watched one of those recently. I hadn't seen a Toxic Avenger movie since I was probably 4 or 5 with my dad. I did not remember the one I saw. He went to like Japan or China.
Oh God. Yeah, he fights a kaiju or something.
I don't remember that. Like, but he went, and it was like the Asian actors, or I don't even know if they were like actors. I feel like they just took this guy in a costume and followed around with a camera and just filmed there without anybody knowing.
Like, what just happened?
Your video died for some reason. The hell?
What is going on?
I don't know. Tony's video went away, and it says you're recording on a new track. So, okay, you changed your device for some reason. You don't want to talk about fucking Toxie anymore? That's fucked up.
Can you hear me? I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I hear you. I can see you now too.
That was really, really weird.
Like I said, it was just weird. Like it almost looked like they didn't actually like pay anybody in where they were, China or Japan, or for anything. Like, they just like went out there. Here, go put on makeup. We're gonna go walk around this town and just film, because the way people were acting was like almost like they were tourists. It was weird, but that was really strange. And then he fights. He fights like a samurai cosplay. He fights like a samurai that's wearing like a mask. It was strange. I'm like, I don't remember this being a Toxie movie at all, but apparently it is.
That's weird, dude. It's like creepy '80s cosplaying.
Yeah, it was. I was like, I don't remember this being a Toxic Avenger movie at all. But hey, whatever.
Yeah, I've got a lot of shit plugged in, so I'm not really sure.
No, why. Joe, he was drilling holes in his wall. That's all.
That's true. I might have been pulling a psycho. Can't say for sure. I don't know. I got so much crap plugged in over here just to appease you people. I'm not really sure what happened, but oh well, we're good.
We could hear you the whole time, so the fuck was that? Fuck with it some more, and your video's gone. Good job. See, Joe, this is your fault. You mentioned stuff, and now he's playing with wires, and now he's gone, and now he's back. Let's not touch whatever you touched. You're gonna get fucking fried on the cat. We'll make a short of that. So, so here's, yeah, I'm gonna share the picture of it too. Fuck it. So I hope so. So Thursday's episode, we are discussing. I had to use a different name because I didn't want Disney to get mad at me, but it's going to be Collector's Hideout versus Puppets. So the idea is that it's going to be discussing movies that either should be remade or that we'd like to see remade with a Muppet cast and one character remaining non-Muppet. Which character would you want as non-Muppet? And what movies would we go with? The idea of this came upon, I was watching maybe Toy Anxiety. I don't remember which podcast. Somebody mentioned how Disney keeps remaking all their animated movies. So like with Beauty and the Beast and Moana, like we're getting all these live action remakes. And their point is like, why are they doing that when they have the Muppets? They could just remake Muppet versions of all those movies. And I'm like, those would be amazing. Like I would watch a Muppet Beauty and the Beast all day. Like I'd watch that. It sounds like a great time. But then I remember over the past few years, people have always asked the same question. Like, if you could make a movie and replace everybody with Muppets except for one, I'm like, fuck it. That's what we're doing. That's where we're going. I'm excited. I feel like it could be a lot of fun. I had to use the name Puppets because, like I said, I didn't want to get hit by Disney for using the Muppet word. But it should be a good time. Yeah, for sure. But I wanted to like have a little build up for it, for us to think wise. I'm like, okay, we could just say like, oh, this movie with this and this. But I feel like we should also think about specific scenes to really sell the idea. You know what I mean? Because anybody could be like, oh, Die Hard with Muppets. Okay, yeah, we get it. Die Hard with Muppets. They funny as shit. I'd watch it, right? But if you have to sell me on a specific scene and how it would kind of work out, yes, I think we can have a lot of fun with this. Yeah, you're like, oh, I know which one. I want to see Terminator with Muppet Dong. Yes, we know, Tony, that's what you want. No, no Muppet Dogs. So yeah, but that's what we're going to be doing Thursday night. Now, will it turn into something else while we're going? Who the fuck knows? It probably will. You know, the conversation always gets misguided and, askew, but that's where we're starting off with. Muppets, movies. When I discussed it last Thursday, just announcing what it was, a few people in the chat threw out some interesting ideas. And I'm willing to continue on. I think it could be a good time. I think it'll get the chat excited too. Awesome. Can't wait. And it's a 9:00 show normally, but I'm trying to push if I can be on time for like an 8:30-ish, but I'm going to schedule this one for 9 to set up everything. Aren't you just fucking fancy? So, guys, what I just heard is that Tony's on vacation, which means he's down for Thursday until Thursday happens, and then Rebel Girl comes over and he wants to hang out with her. That's it. So, yes, that's what we got. And Apple Podcast and Amazon Podcast and Google, whatever the fuck their we're on podcasts. Like across the board. I've put them on, I think, 10 to 15 different podcast apps now. If you listen to podcasts anywhere and you can't find Collector's Hideout or Drinks and Toys, I think it's under Shellhead Podcast, Drinks and Toys. You can't find these on whichever podcast app let me know what it is, and I will do my damnedest to get it on there. I just need to know what God damn it.
Okay.
Yes. Almost professional. We'll get there eventually.